Hey guys, Toxi here, and in today's video I'm gonna be showcasing ToxiUI Patch 6.7.8. The last video we had was for patch 6.7.0, and since then there have been a lot of minor patches where we mostly did some hotfixes, but there are also some new features that I will also showcase today. This is gonna be a long video, so grab your favorite cup of beverage, sit back, relax and enjoy. To start off with the new features, we have added Korean glyphs to fonts used in ToxiUI. All the credits go to Bing R, and now Koreans can enjoy ToxiUI with the full experience. Next, we have added the class background option to ToxiUI Armory. So if I open the Armory, you can see it right here. And of course, it is customizable. You can change it back if you want to. There we go, class background. If I disable that, it goes back to the style. Then we have added a label for Mythic Plus flyouts in Wunderbar's Hearthstone module. So if I open the Mythic Plus teleports, you can see we have labels for Ruby Life Pools, All Guitar Academy, etc. And of course that option can also be toggled. So if we go to module settings, Hearthstone, here you can see the show labels option that enables labels for Mythic Plus portals. Then we have added a option to hide camera controls in the Armory. So by default, if you hover your mouse, the controls show up here. And we have added an option to remove that, request by Ikracot. So if I open the Armory settings, you can see the hide controls option. If I disable that, it's gonna ask me to do a reload. And after you've reloaded, you can see that the camera controls are back. If you want to hide them, just hide controls, reopen, and it's gone again. And another option requested by Ikracot is we have introduced the option to move the sockets. So by default they are next to your item level, and we have a new option called move sockets. So if I click that and reopen it, you can see the sockets have moved above the enchant text right here and here. And I'm still not entirely happy with how this looks, so this option is disabled by default, and it might get improved in the future. I might remove it, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. Next thing we've added, and I guess the credits go to Repuk from Shadow and Light, we have increased the keybind text to match the width of the button. So if you have a very long keybind, so for example here I'm gonna set it to Shift F12, you can see that it still fits and it doesn't get truncated. That's because the keybind text is now a bigger width. And do note that this increase of the keybind is only available if you have color modifier keys enabled. And we also have a warning information put here that this option also increases the width to match the button. So keep that in mind. And then the last feature of 6.7.8 is we have added options to the attribute icons. So if you open the attribute settings of the ToxiUI Armory, you can see now a new group called attribute icons. Of course, it has the new sign, and you can, enable, disable them here, change the font size, change the color, class color, LVI, custom, let's make it pink, whatever. So yeah, play around with that, see what fits you best. And obviously there is no option to change the font because the icon itself is a custom font, so it has to be that one font. And now I will quickly go over through the new features of previous patches without going into too much details because you can read the changelog yourself. But basically we have added an option to change the unit frame textures in gradient mode. We can also change the details textures in gradient mode. We of course added, attribute icons. Now for the details textures, a lot of people have been asking me this, so they were asking how can I get your details profile. So just to make it clear, this is the details profile that you're supposed to have. But if you want to, you know, change it and make the half bars, it's very simple. All you have to do is open the detail settings, go to general of bars, change the texture to half fade stroke, and then remove the border. And that's it, you have the quote-unquote new details profile. I mean, I don't know, I don't even like it so much, so... And then also a new feature is displaying war bank money in the currency module. So if you saw the Wunderbar features video, you already know about this, but now you can display the war bank. I mean, you can see all the gold that you have on all your characters in your war bank, and then the total amount of both of those values. So yeah. For the bug fixes, I'm not gonna showcase each and every one, just know that some bugs were fixed, but basically we fixed some errors with the game menu, the spellbook scaling, then the color modifiers for both action bars and vehicle bars have been improved, because previously when you had special characters, like characters with accent glyphs, you know, they were showing empty squares, so this issue should be solved right now. Then again, some skywriting bar improvements. I really hope Blizzard fixes their API one day, because I'm starting to lose my mind. And then we have also fixed the specialization icon in the game menu and the attribute icon in the armory to display no matter which font you're using. So this is the spec icon, and if I change the font to something else, so for example, the primary font, I'm going to change to Action Man. And after a quick reload, after I hit the game menu, you can see all the fonts have changed, but the spec icon is still being displayed. The same goes for the armory. You know, font is changed, but the icon is displayed. And I have also removed the icons from the changelog if the font is different, because the changelog is actually one big string, so I can't really, you know, manipulate individual parts of it. For the profile updates, we have only one single change, and you know that you won't see this profile update until you run the installer again. So if you want to have this, you have to run the installer, otherwise, you know, you can still keep your profile the way it is. But we have updated the player's power bar to match the target, so let me just enable it because it's still disabled by default. If I go to my player settings and enable the power bar, I actually had to relog to mage because I don't know how to spend mana on priest. I should play that class more. But you can see that I'm spending mana, I have enabled the power bar, and it's looking exactly like the target frame. So for the documentation, like always, every single patch we do this, we have increased the minimum required ELV-UI version to 13.74. So please keep your add-ons updated, update them each time you want to open the game, or even then every other hour check on updates. And for settings refactoring, we have moved the talents frame scaling to classic only, because the talents and the spellbook frame is now the same, so we no longer have the talents in retail, but you can still scale the spellbook. So 1.6 open, it's fucking huge, but you know, you have the option to do that. You can also reduce it if you want. And lastly, we have renamed minimap cohorts to minimap coordinates in the plugins. I don't know why we had that name for so long. It's not, you know, human readable. So yeah, now it's a proper name, and you can find that option via the ELV-UI search bar, minimap coordinates. There we go. And that is it for ToxiUI Patch 678. If you have any questions whatsoever, please join our Discord server, because providing support in YouTube comments is very annoying and very painful. You're much better joining the server, you'll get easier and quicker help. So yeah, see you in the next one, and bye bye.